WrestleMania 37 has finally arrived. WrestleMania 37, which will take place on the 10th and 11th of April, that's this Saturday and Sunday, and will actually have fans in attendance. This will be WWE's first major pay-per-view since, I think it was Elimination Chamber and the NXT TakeOver last year. My name is Manlykefresh. Let's hear the intro and go through the 14 matches on the card. So guys, each night will have 7 matches. So the first match I'm going to cover on night 1 will be the 4-team women's tag team Turmoil match, which will consist of Naomi and Lana taking on Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, and then taking on the Riot Squad's Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan, and taking on Natalya and Tamina. So 2 teams from Raw, 2 teams from SmackDown, and the team that wins will face the women's tag team champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler on night 2, which should be Sunday. So this match, which is taking place on Saturday, will be basically 2 teams start. When one team gets eliminated, the next team comes on, and once the final team has come through, the last team standing wins to become the number 1 contenders. Now, I don't know what order each team will be coming out, but I think if you look at all of these teams here, the one team that deserves the win is the Riot Squad. So if you see everything they've been through, even when they had Sarah Logan on the team, they need this win. So I'm giving this to the Riot Squad. So Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan to win and become the number 1 contenders. And over on SmackDown, we have the Swiss Cyborg Ceasaro taking on the Friday Night Messiah, whatever he's calling himself now, Seth Rollins, in a one-on-one match. This match between Seth Rollins and Ceasaro was made up a couple of months ago now, when Seth Rollins returned from paternal leave and tried to go on with his crazy Messiah antics. Ceasaro didn't show him the time of day, and as a result of that, there's been a continuous back and forth of beating up each other. I do believe this is a great way for Ceasaro to step up as a main eventer, so I give this match to Ceasaro to win and take the match from Seth Rollins. Staying on SmackDown, we have the defending SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks defending against the winner of the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match, Bianca Belair. Now, if history is to repeat itself, NXT women, i.e. Asuka, and you look at the woman from the year before, also Rhea Ripley, who defended against Charlotte Flair, they've all come up short at WrestleManias. However, I think Bianca Belair will win this match for one reason, being that I do believe Sasha Banks has still got commitments to the TV show The Mandalorian. I feel Sasha will drop the belt to Bianca and will take some time off to film The Mandalorian. So Bianca Belair to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. And over to Raw, we have possibly, I reckon, is going to be the worst match of the night. Not because of Braun Strowman, but because of Shane McMahon. This whole storyline has been absolutely ridiculous. Shane McMahon bullying Braun Strowman, Shane McMahon calling Braun stupid. I mean, WWE, come on now, you've used Braun Strowman absolutely useless over the years. Like, he only won the Universal Championship last year because Roman wasn't around. The guy deserves better. But anyway, I believe Braun Strowman to win this steel cage match, but expect Shane to dive off the cell and possibly do a couple of coast to coasts, but Braun Strowman to win. Alright, staying on Raw, we have the New Day defending their tag team, or the WW Raw Tag Team Championships against AJ Styles and my brother, who is making his in-ring debut, Omos, or Omos as they call him in America. I do feel this match really was a bit pointless because WWE really didn't need to take the championships off the Hurt Business. They could have had Omos and AJ challenge the Hurt Business instead. But nevertheless, I think WWE is looking to make AJ Styles a Triple Crown champion. I don't think Omos should really get a championship victory so soon, but because he's aligned with AJ Styles, I believe AJ will become a Triple Crown champion. So AJ Styles and Omos to win and dethrone the New Day with the Raw Tag Team Championships. Remaining on Raw, we have Bad Bunny, the rapper, teaming up with Damian Priest to take on the former WWE champion The Miz and his tag team partner John Morrison. Now, I really do feel sorry for The Miz because The Miz became WWE champion at Elimination Chamber after cashing in his Money in the Bank contract on Drew McIntyre at the end of the Elimination Chamber match, only to lose it to Bobby Lashley about a week and a half later. And now he's been relegated into a tag team match with a rapper and an NXT call-up. Now, don't get me wrong, I believe the match should be good, but let's face facts. WWE are not going to let a celebrity like Bad Bunny lose, so Bad Bunny and Damian Priest to win the match. So, either this or the Sasha match will be the main event. Bobby Lashley defending his WWE Championship against Drew. So obviously Bobby Lashley attacked Drew McIntyre at the end of Elimination Chamber, allowing Miz to cash in his WWE Championship, and obviously in return Bobby Lashley beat The Miz to become WWE Champion. McIntyre is out for the revenge. He wants to claim his championship back. All signs are looking like Drew could get his championship back, but I feel due to interference or a little bit of deception here, Bobby Lashley will retain his WWE Championship. If you want to know what I think the deception will be, go to my final thoughts at the end of this video. That concludes night 1. So now let's focus on night 2 with the first match of 7, which will be on SmackDown. Kevin Owens taking on his former best friend Sami Zayn in a one-on-one match. Sami Zayn is apparently supposed to be escorted to the match by internet sensation and boxer Paul Logan. So Sami Zayn will have Paul Logan in his corner. Let's all face facts, guys. Sami Zayn is not going to win this match because his conspiracy theory gimmick is basically saying that WWE is trying to F him up, basically. Maybe Paul Logan may even attack Sami Zayn in this match, giving Kevin Owens the win. But Kevin Owens is going to win this match. So Kevin Owens to win. And back over to Raw, we have the original bro, Riddle defending his United States Championship against the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. Now, I know Sheamus cannot stand Matt Riddle. His whole laid back and playing image, personality really winds Sheamus up. And obviously, I think Sheamus will win this match, as I think WWE want to reward him for the great matches he's had with Drew McIntyre. But I don't believe this feud with Riddle and Sheamus would end anytime soon. I feel like this could go on for maybe another pay-per-view, possibly the next pay-per-view Money in the Bank. So Matt Riddle to lose his United States Championship to Sheamus and probably get it back at the next pay-per-view. So Sheamus to win. So the next match has the potential to be an inter-brand match with Raw and SmackDown. So we have the tag team champions in Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defending against the winners of the tag team Turmoil match from night 1. So many aspects are happening with this team. So Reginald, who is kayfabe dating Nia, has an issue with Shayna Baszler and vice versa. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax have not really been on the same page since Reginald came into the scene. However, I do feel the Riot Squad will win the tag team Turmoil match, and I just personally want the Riot Squad to win because they've been through so much. They're the only legitimate tag team actually in the women's division, so they deserve a run with the championships. So the Riot Squad to win. And if the Riot Squad do not win the tag team Turmoil match, I hope Shayna Baszler and Nia do lose their championship so they can start a rivalry. So the Riot Squad hopefully to win this match. And back over to Raw, we have the Raw Women's Champion Asuka defending against newly called up NXT call-up Rhea Ripley. So the initial plan was for Asuka to take on Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte Flair caught COVID-19, so Charlotte was pulled from the match, and so enters Rhea Ripley. Now, I have a big problem with Rhea Ripley being added to this match. Now, nothing against Rhea Ripley, because Rhea Ripley is a great athlete. The problem being is, Rhea Ripley has just come from NXT. She has not had a match on Raw, and then the first night she comes onto Raw, she's automatically put into the Women's Championship picture. Now, what did Rhea Ripley do to deserve this spot? Honestly, what, because she was the NXT Women's Champion this time last year? And this year, she deserves a Raw Championship. What about all the other women on the brand? What about Bayley? Bayley's not on the card. Bayley could have been brought over from SmackDown and could have challenged Asuka for the Women's Championship. It's not like they haven't done something like this before. But anyway, let me not rant too much. I feel like this match has only just been done just to fill the void that's been happening in the Raw Women's division. So Asuka to win the match, Rhea Ripley to lose. Will this be the end of them two? Probably not. But on this night, Asuka to win. So the match I've been looking forward to all night is going to happen on SmackDown. So we have the Intercontinental Champion taking on my Nigerian brother, Apollo Crews, in a Nigerian barrel or drum match. What a Nigerian drum match basically is a hardcore match basically. So that's our way of saying a hardcore match. So this rivalry between these two has absolutely been excellent, and you know what, I absolutely love the whole gimmick that Apollo Crews has done since leaving that generic gimmick he had before. It has elevated him to a new level. People are now interested in Apollo Crews, and people are more interested in Big E now as well. These two, I do not feel their rivalry is going to end anytime soon. This is probably one of the best things that happened to the Intercontinental Championship, especially Big E and Apollo Crews respectively. This night, Apollo Crews must win the championship. He needs a win. If he doesn't win this match, his whole gimmick will just be for nothing, and WWE fans will start turning on him, and before you know it now, his gimmick will be another washed up gimmick on WWE. So Apollo Crews to win the Intercontinental Championship to continue this great feud with Big E. And over to Raw, we have the returning Fiend taking on the Viper, Randy Orton. Now, as you are obviously aware, at the end of last year, towards the end of in fact it was the last pay-per-view of 2020, these two faced in a Inferno match, or a Firefly Inferno match, and obviously the Fiend got set on fire. Randy Orton went one step further and completely poured gasoline over the Fiend and set his whole body on fire. So the Fiend had been missing since December last year, and then returned a few weeks ago with a very charcoaled and crispy new look, to the point of something from a Freddy Krueger or a Jason Vaughn film. Personally, I feel Randy Orton is owed a beating for what he did. So Randy Orton is definitely going to get the mandible claw. I think this might even be a squash match, to be honest. So Randy Orton's going to get squashed by the Fiend at WrestleMania, and probably this feud will continue again, but the Fiend to win this match. And now it's time for the main event, which is the Triple Threat Universal Heavyweight Championship match with Roman Reigns, Edge and Daniel Bryan. Right, so I feel in this match now there's going to be a lot of friction between Edge and Daniel Bryan, which will come and shine out through. It's hard to really call this one. I think I'm going to give this match to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is going to make Edge tap out, which takes Edge out of the equation, which leaves Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan possibly to feud at Money in the Bank, or possibly they could have another triple threat match at Money in the Bank. But my prediction will be Daniel Bryan, new Universal Champion. So guys, we've reached the end of my prediction video. Please stay tuned for my final thoughts. So guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of any time I upload a video. And if you are watching this on Dailymotion, please like, follow my channel and share the content with all your friends and family members. So everyone, my next pay-per-view prediction video will cover the Money in the Bank, which will take place next month on pay-per-view. I believe that's around the middle of May. Until then, enjoy WrestleMania weekends, stay safe and look after yourselves. Take care. Bye.